true.
Thank you.
Yeah. There we go. There we go. Windilly and welcome to another biscuit review by bike with me, Fred Hope. I'm on my 1988 Honda Cub and today we review the McVities Digestive Biscuit. Interestingly enough, the Americans aren't allowed to sell these as digestive biscuits, i.e. a digestive aid, because there's no proof to it. In America they get called graham crackers, or something very similar gets called a graham cracker. My expectations for this will be, as I try it dry, as I try it with tea, and I test the scent and the snap, are that it will smell doughy, sweeter than some biscuits. The snap should be very crisp, and then we'll be looking forward to a short dip because it's a fragile biscuit when wet. Let's crack into it. Beguiling red wrapper. I've gone for the McVities original. I got them from the petrol station, as you'll see. A very exciting way of getting biscuits on a Honda Cub off-road, or partially off-road. Nutritional information. You're looking at, per biscuit, 71 calories. So you can eat 300 of these a day probably, without too much worry. One of the defining characteristics of a digestive is that they are whole meal. And I'll give you a close-up there. You can even have a look at the grain structure. I'll snap one and microscopically analyse it. That was a bit beaten up. My aggressive riding style. So it's adorned with McVities, the original. They're whole grain or whole wheat, so you can see the sort of bits of chaff and all sorts in there, not a technical term. Got my trusty Japanese flask, keeping my cup of tea hot. And I'm using a tin mug because I've been riding a very dangerous, fast, powerful bike. Good height, amazing head on that. So the scent, as last week, really deformed the nostrils there. Great. Snap is good, crumbs everywhere. So the scent is one of sweetness, sweeter than a rich tea. Maybe about 5% Play-Doh, or so it smells. And caramelised sugar more than others. Salty, very dry, very crunchy, sandy texture before it goes into sort of doughy paste. Let's get a fresh one to dip. Let's dip a whole one. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, dangerous. I wouldn't go more than 5 seconds. You can see loads of liquid coming out there on the drip down. Trying to put it in a hole is a bit of a fool's errand. Look, there it is. One more, just for good luck. Man, I'm hungry today. That's better. Shorter dip. Push right back into your tonsils, which I don't have anymore. And then rest the dry piece, the stump, on your lip and shove them in. The taste, when dipped, is one of increased salt. Quite strong malt. Not much bitterness. You don't get much bitterness out of the tea. You don't get much out of the tea at all. The digestive is quite a strong flavour, despite being a basic bitch biscuit. Digestives are available dipped in plain chocolate, 3 out of 10. Milk chocolate, 6 out of 10. And then there's all sorts of strange, you know, probably mint chocolate chips, salted caramel, rubbish. Corrupting a biscuit is pointless. When it's this good, au naturel, why fuck with it? So hopefully you can see that conveying yourself around the Wiltshire countryside by a Honda Cub is extremely exciting. I've been off-roading, allowing for a bit of exaggeration and poetic license. I've done some jumps. I'm going to sit here and enjoy my tea. And of the digestive biscuit, we say that it's definitely a classic. You should be proud to have it in your cupboard. And you should be proud to give it to guests. What sort of guest would benefit from a digestive? Almost any. I'd say that if there are any that look a bit like a slug, they might be sensitive to the salt. And obviously anyone that's celiac may die, so don't do that unless you hate them, in which case why are they in your house? Who are they for? Good work biscuit, you know, like hard work. People that dig graves, work on roads, probably eat between 100 and 200 digestives a week. But also for a, you know, the meeker profession, a humble profession like a vicar. I can imagine a vicar eating digestives as well. It's autumnal here. You can see all the fields have been done over, which is not the farming term. The nettles are starting to die, the cow parsley's dead, the leaves are turning. It's actually quite pretty. But tomorrow's a rainy day and I have to go not to Wiltshire on a Honda Cub to review biscuits, so it had to be the day today. If there are things you want to know about the Cub, ask. If there are things you want to see me do, say them. And if you enjoyed the video, by pressing a sequence of buttons, let me know. Apart from that, just try to maintain self-control and don't get caught doing illegal stuff. It's good advice for life, really. Cheers then.
Lizards.